Greetings and welcome to the Inner Mileage channel. My name is Dr. Narcissist, transformational coach here at Inner Mileage, where we help people overcome trauma, heal themselves, align to their true goals, and live a resonant life. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about how narcissistic abuse triggers your spiritual awakening, particularly if you're an empath. How narcissistic abuse triggers your spiritual awakening. And I must say, if this message resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe, share, and click the notifications button for future updates on this and other related topics that is designed to move us forward. Now, I want to go into what this is. Firstly, narcissism is a core part of a human experience, I should say, from deep pain to real purpose. And if you've ever found yourself in the grip of a narcissistic relationship, you may have felt like you were losing yourself. But what if I told you today that that experience that you had, as painful as it was, could be the very catalyst for your spiritual awakening? I'm an example. And today we'll explore how narcissists unknowingly serve as dark mentors in your story, pushing you forward to the most profound transformation in your life. Now, to set the scene, it's important to talk to you about what an empath is. And an empath is someone with a very heightened sensitivity to the emotions and energies around them. They not only feel their emotions deeply. As an empath, you have a core connection to compassion and kindness and the heart chakra. But you can also feel the emotions and feelings and energies of everyone around you, almost as if it was your own. It's a gift in the world with chaos and pain, but it can also feel like a curse. I know it felt like that for me for a very, very, very long time. Empaths, as is known, are natural healers, drawn to helping people at their own expense because you can feel, so you want to alleviate and relieve. And this is where the narcissist enters the picture, particularly if the empath has existing trauma which has not been dealt with. The empath's open heart to heal can attract those who are in most need of healing, the narcissist, believe it or not. And it's important to know that even though the narcissist needs the healing provided by the empath, this relationship is greatly imbalanced. It's one-sided. See, this is because narcissists are like emotional vampires. They thrive on attention and validation that they extract from others, particularly empaths. And the relationship starts with a powerful connection, or love bombing, as is often called, where the narcissist shows the empath and showers them with affection and admiration and idealization. And over time, that facade begins to wear off because it cannot be sustained. And under that facade, when it slips, is manipulation, the cycle of it, control, and emotional abuse. Emotional abuse. This dark dance is not just about the narcissist's need to dominate. It's about the empath's deep-seated pattern of self-sacrifice. Just trying to give. Because the empath believes that they can save the narcissist. I know I thought that. Not realizing that they're being drained, or you are being drained of your own life force, right? It's an energy vampiristic relationship. But this suffering, as woman as it is, sets the stage for something great, as painful as it is. And here I'll borrow from the work of Joseph Campbell, the writer and studier of myths, particularly his work on the hero's journey or the heroine's journey. Here, in some ways, the interaction with the narcissist is akin to the call to adventure, the beginning of the journey. That leads to profound change. And the pain inflicted by the narcissist is akin to the abyss in Joseph Campbell's work, or what one might call the dark night of the soul, where the empath confronts their deepest fears and wounds, existing traumas that they've held on to, existing narcissistic relationships. And often, if the empath is in an intimate relationship with a narcissist, it means, or perhaps generally points to, the presence of other narcissistic relationships that they didn't know in their lives, from family, friends, jobs, etc. And when the empath breaks free from the narcissist, they step into their true power. You actually walk into this true power as an empath, whoever you are, if this resonates. And this is akin to what Campbell refers to as a return to wisdom, where there is healing, your own healing, and when that's completed, therefore, one can provide healing to others. This journey isn't about winning over the narcissist. It's about reclaiming your life in a way you've never done before, your spirit, as well as reclaiming your purpose, most importantly. At this stage in the journey of reclaiming your life, you would realize that the experience with a narcissist begins to show you all kinds of times in your life where you betrayed yourself because of this self-sacrificing nature. And that self-betrayal comes from early conditioning, very early conditioning, where you were told that who you were or who you are is not enough or not sufficient or is a problem. So you developed people-pleasing tendencies, right? To navigate, to survive, to negotiate. And you give off your good energy, assuming that it will buy you favor and get you the same respect, the same kindness, the same compassion that you were showing to those you became emotionally afraid of. But in fact, that early narcissistic relationship from your childhood, which you didn't know was narcissism, prepared you for a life of entanglement with various narcissists. And these narcissists come to your life not because you're an abuse target, not because there's something wrong with you, not because you've done something wrong, but because these narcissists are lessons. They are teachers who have lessons to teach you. And what they come to teach you is that although you inhabit this place of deep compassion, deep reverence for yourself, deep love, kindness, fairness, honesty, that you live in a world that doesn't correspond with that. And in fact, being that way, a compassionate, kind person positions you as naive and prime for abuse. Why? Because we live in a majority matrixed infrastructure that is based on what is often called enlightened self-interest. Enlightened self-interest. And so that enlightened self-interest makes people develop traits that are benignly narcissistic on a good day, and then in a few become malignantly narcissistic, even if they're covert or soft narcissists. So this notion of an eye for an eye, where the empath is all about love, peace, and harmony, they encounter this and they're so shocked. They're so shocked that people in the world are not like them, because they made this assumption that everybody was kind and nice and beautiful. Whereas the narcissist is somebody who earlier on learned, because of the abuse they went through, that everyone is dark and evil and therefore meant to be manipulated and controlled. So when they encounter a narcissist, it's so unusual and it almost seems fake that they are on a mission to extract what they can, because they know it's genuine, but also to convert you into a dark entity by killing your faith in all that is good. And when you come to this understanding, you begin to make sense of the story in retrospect. Particularly if you've been through narcissistic abuse your whole life, you didn't know what it was. You always thought it was you and there was something wrong with you. And although you're the common denominator, the reason it's happened is because you are a targeted, or were a targeted person. And as a result of this target, you attracted all these narcissists who your soul knew you needed to wake up to your true wisdom, which is your true purpose, to realize the power of your healing spirit, the power of your beautiful spirit to come and fulfill its mission on this plane. So ultimately, this is why one must have gratitude for the experience. Not gratitude for the narcissist, but gratitude for the narcissistic abuse experience. Because without that, there's no way your spiritual awakening would have been triggered in this way. The awakening to see things as they are, not as you imagine them to be. And as you see things as they are, you are in direct flow of the quantum field, which aligns you to your true purpose, because life takes care of life. And if one takes care of life, then life takes care of one as well. And to get to the point of where one takes care of life, one must be exposed to scenarios where the opposite happens. So in summary, this is the story where you realize as an empath that you've been through the fire, and now there's an opportunity to rebuild it. And rebuilding is not a joke, it's not for the faint of heart. So you often ask, where do I start? And if you're confused about where you start, this is where the role of a coach like us at Inner Mileage, who have experienced this and have all the credentials, or a therapist or other mental health professional, kind of help guide you to navigate this. What seems to be seemingly uncharted is actually a very charted road. Healing is not just about moving on, it's about understanding the patterns that led you here and transforming them. It's about turning your pain into power. At Inner Mileage, we understand this unique journey of an empath. This is what we do. We know how difficult it is to navigate life after narcissistic abuse. But we also know the potential for incredible growth, healing, and awakening that lies on the other side. If this resonates with you, like, share, subscribe, or send me a note at nana@innermileage.com. All the details are in the section below. And remember, there's no one like you. Peace.